going to start with another BarCodeOS data filtering example here. This is for another real-life customer. This is a defense customer that wants to be able to scan a bunch of barcodes. Some are data matrix codes that have military UID marks, and there are some that are just linear barcodes that indicate the serial number of an item. And when you look at what these things, here's an example of some of these. The linear barcodes can start with different prefix types to indicate that they're serial numbers, but to different people. There's SER as a prefix, SEQ, UCN, and then there's just S. These are all possibilities that they would see. And then you have the data matrix code that's a UID mark as well. So if we scan these into a little notepad, you'll see what the barcodes actually look like. So this is what you get. You get something that is, here, I think my last one here just wrapped a little bit. So you get a UID mark, obviously starts with some ISO structure. The serial number is way back here. Then we have the UCN, SEQ, SER, and S. We don't really want those letters. What they really wanted was just the actual serial number itself. So we can use BarCodeOS to provide two different ways of filtering out serial number information. The first, since we're using data matrix codes, is to go in and use the OS DoD application. That's the default for our military customers. So when you go to BarCodeOS's website, you can select DoD as your application mode, and I'm going to say I want this to be parsed output with just the serial number, right? And so now I can just go ahead and scan this one item here, and I'm just going to get the serial number when I scan a UID mark, just to prove that out. Right below it, I'll scan the same thing, and now I just get the serial number, right? Just so you can see that again, I'm scanning this one right here. There you go, just the serial number. Now, that's still not going to do anything for the others, right? I'm still going to have these prefixes here, so I'm going to do a different type of filter that's in every single BarCodeOS scanner, and that's just to use the data filters capability here, where we define prefix and suffix. It's already set up for an entry key, and that's what I want. But down here, I can do all kinds of find and replace, and I'm going to actually use a regular expression. This is a really simple way of combining several different scenarios. I'm going to look for things that start with SER space, SEQ space, UCN space, or S. And I'm just going to, you can type that in, it's a lot quicker if I paste it in. I'm going to find that, and I'm going to delete those matches when I find them, right? So now I'll go ahead and I'll scan that barcode so that when I come back into my little notepad file here, I'm going to go back to the same barcodes that I've been using right from the beginning, and I'm going to scan each one of them again, right? We'll start with the serial number at the top. The S is stripped, then the SER is stripped, SEQ is stripped, UCN is stripped, and now in the UID mark I get just the serial number portion. All of these settings are done without any drivers, without any software. You just use our live web page to create these filters. There's an infinite number of data formatting filters that you can identify for your scanner. And if you want them to be the default, you certainly can. You simply go back and say, save as default. And now every time you power up your scanner, you can avoid doing any of these other barcode scans for configuration. That will now be the default mode.